Hey, Randy Hunter here from beginningsax.com and randyhunterjazz.vhx.tv. Now, before we get into this great set of Hank Mobley blues motifs, I'd like to just remind you to be sure to visit my websites to learn all about my beginning sax and jazz improvisation lessons. Got tons of them. Now, our blues motif number 17 is a classic Hank Mobley Mobley line. In fact, there are two parts to it. There are two motifs. This solo just has so many great motifs in it. It was really all I could do to limit myself to two motifs on this solo. And this is from the tune Dig Dis, the blues tune. Now, the melody on Dig Dis is very much a blues call and response style motif. And I'm not going to play the whole thing because I think a great task for you would be to pull up this solo and transcribe the melody, if nothing else. And you can find transcriptions of this solo online if you look for them. But the tune is from an album called Soul Station, and I transcribed another tune, another solo from Hank Mobley off of this album on the tune Remember. And there's even another great one on the tune called This I Dig of You. Some great big band arrangements of that tune as well. So be sure to check out the album and maybe do a little transcribing of, if nothing else, the melody on Dig Dis. So that would be great for your chops. Now, these motifs, this first one is just right out of the blues scale. You know, it's 1 flat 3 from the blues scale, 4 flat 5 to 5, you know, so we've got the, so that's the flat 5 pulling into the 5. So, and then down the blues scale, you know, so the whole blues scale. One of the things that really makes Hank Mobley so unique is his articulation. And the second half of the lick, you hear a little short note in there. You know, so be sure to check out Hank Mobley's articulation. Now, if you checked out the vocabulary of Hank, you would find that a lot of the vocabulary is the same as you might find in Sonny Stitt, even Sonny Rollins, but really in fact, there's some rhythm changes tunes back during the Eternal Triangle era with Dizzy Gillespie. So there's some rhythm changes tunes where you can check out the transcriptions, and a lot of the vocabulary between Hank Mobley, Sonny Stitt, Sonny Rollins, a lot of similar vocabulary, but really what makes them unique is the combination of the time feel and the articulation. You know, there are a lot of things about Hank that sound similar to Sonny Stitt, but the articulation is one of the big personalizing factors of the lines. So listen to that whole lick one more time. So this is lick number 1 is found at 1 minute and 40 seconds into the solo or into the tune. On YouTube you'll find it. And this is a B-flat concert blues, so we're in C blues on tenor. There's a little bit of stop time going on right here, so the rhythm section hits that B-flat 7 chord, C7 for tenor, at the beginning of the lick, and then it also hits at midway, so you don't hear the 4 chord in there, although this would work on a 1-4-1-1 style change on the blues. So now, our second lick, it's traveling a little bit more, you know, so it's you know, and when I hear that lick, you know, it reminds me of some of these other lines that we hear in Hank Mobley and some of these other great players. You know, that chromatic line moving up from the 3rd towards the 5th of the key or of the chord, and this one starts out with a little pentatonic sort of sound. And that's notes from the C pentatonic, A, C, D, C, A, C, so 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 1. And that's actually on the 5 chord leading into the top of the chorus. However, you don't analyze those notes on the 5 chord, you analyze them on the upcoming 1 chord because it's very key oriented, even though it's pentatonic and fits the chords, you know. And then we're up to the root, to the third, to the 4th, which is the root of the 4 chord, and we're moving chromatically up. Aiming for the G, but he actually puts a little pickup line into the G, and then right up that C pentatonic, G, A, C, 5, 6, 8, and then the flat 3 to the 3. So a little lower neighbor action going into the third, you know, so it's kind of like the minor third going into the third, or the blues third going into the third. And then he's traveling, you know, traveling on in through the chorus. So listen to that whole lick one more time. And it would certainly fit on the 1-4-5 blues. It would fit over a 1 chord for 4 bars. So if you had a blues that just had the 1 chord, that lick would fit fine over the first few bars of that progression. Remember, it starts with a pickup with bar 4 of the previous chorus, or I mean bar 12 of the previous chorus, bar 4 of the previous phrase, going into the top of the chorus. So both of our licks, our first lick, very blues scale oriented. And our second one, a little bit more major sort of sounding, based largely off pentatonic notes. Take those to the practice room, have fun with them, learn them in different keys as well.